Okay, so today we're going to continue working on our book. We're going to see a little bit of grammar, some listening, vocabulary perhaps, and if we have some time at the end, we can practice, we can continue practicing the reading by looking at main ideas, and this time we're going to include details as well. Okay, do you have any questions before we start?
No, not teacher.
All right, then let's go. We are here. Let's watch the second part of the listening. Let's see what else is happening between Nick, Talia, Tony, Amy. Well, I think we already watched this part.
You can keep investigating, but after this bank statement, we have no choice. We have to run the story tonight. If we don't, the competition may beat us to it.
You've got to admit, Talia, it doesn't look good.
Sure, this looks bad, but things aren't always as they seem.
And sometimes things are exactly the way they seem.
I just don't think that's true in this case.
You just may be too trusting to be a reporter. Reporters have to be skeptical. Are you sure you're all right working on this by yourself? Maybe I should assign John Donnelly to work with you. He's got experience with this kind of messy story.
No, I can do this myself. I promised you I wouldn't let my emotions color my judgment. And I promised myself I'd be a total professional on this, and I have been.
Okay, but if you let me down, I'm giving the story to John.
Thanks, Tony. I'll be fine. You won't be sorry.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit of what's going on in the video this time? What are they talking about?
It's a conversation, and the boss says that they don't have choice because they have a lot of competition and they need to I don't know, say lanzar.
They need to break the story.
I'm sorry?
You need to break the story or run the story.
Yeah. Break the story. Talia acts like a little bit, I don't know, molesta.
A little bit upset, maybe.
Yeah, upset. Okay. The boss says that maybe it's a good idea to change to John, and John maybe will be a judge of this case because Talia is not doesn't control her emotions, but Talia says that she can be totally professional with that.
Exactly, yes. She says she can handle her emotions. She says that she can, she's not going to let her emotions cloud her judgment. So yes. And she doesn't want the boss to give the story to somebody else. So it says, what is one reason that Tony plans to air the story about Nick tonight?
He believes they have no evidence now.
No, not really.
Or his boss told him that he has no choice.
I don't know. I think, yes, you were right. He believes they have enough evidence because he is the boss, right? He doesn't have a boss. And it's not true that he knows that the story about Nick is true. So yes, I guess that he believes they have enough evidence now. Now that they have the bank statement. Now, when Amy says it doesn't look good, what does she mean?
The third, the bank statement shows that Nick is probably guilty.
Okay, yes, the bank statement shows that Nick is probably guilty. It doesn't look good for Nick. And when now number 3, Tony says something about Talia's personality. What does he say?
He says she should be more skeptical.
Okay, he says she should be more skeptical because he says that she's very trusting. She's too trusting. Es muy confiada. Reporters need to be more skeptical. Now, Tony isn't sure that Talia can do the job. What does he suggest?
Talia should work with John on the story.
Exactly. Talia should work with John. Exactly. Okay, perfect. Hold on. So what we're going to see now is models of possibility. Okay, but let me open another presentation I also have. For example, what do you think this can mean?
Mm, the verb be?
I mean, what do you think this picture can be?
Ah, picture. I don't know. Trash.
Yes. So it can be a trash can, right? It could be a trash can. What else could it be?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. It could be a trash can, right? So when we say that it could be a trash can, we're using could, right? And could is a modal verb that we're using to express probability. So it is likely that this is a trash can. Es probable que sea un tacho de basura. It can be a trash can. We're talking about probability. We're not completely sure, but there's a chance that it can be a trash can. No estamos 100% seguros, pero hay una pequeña probabilidad. So if we continue, see. Okay, what do you think this third picture can be?
The seat of bicycle.
Okay, maybe. Could be the seat of a bicycle. Okay. What about this? What do you think it can be?
A construction, maybe.
Maybe it can be a construction tool, or maybe it can be part of a construction. All right. Maybe. What about this? What do you think this can be?
Maybe a poster of some coffee shop.
Okay. So this may be a poster of some coffee shop. So we can maybe use different, let's check our answer. Let's see what those were. So yes, I think you got it right? This was a bin or a trash can. Tacho de basura. Now we didn't guess that one. This one here. Oh, you got it right. So this was a bicycle. It was the seat of a bicycle. Exactly. And this was a boat and oars. Okay, it was a boat and oars. So when we're guessing something, we're not completely sure that of what we're saying, we can use models of probability. Let's see what we have here. For example.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about modals of possibility. I think you may already know about them. You might even already use them when you speak. In any case, we use words like may, might, and could a lot. So it could be a good idea to review them. What do you think?
These are the models of possibility or probability. May, might, could, incluso can. Those are four modal verbs that express probability to different degrees. So for example, we use words like may, might, could, and can to talk about possibilities, things we're not 100% sure. So for example, in the previous video that we watched yesterday, Amy said gambling may be a problem for him. No, gambling may be a problem for him. Apostar puede que sea un problema para él. Ella no está segura. She's not 100% sure if gambling is a problem for Nick, but she thinks it's a possibility. So she's using a modal verb. She's using may. Gambling may be a problem, might be a problem, could be a problem. He might owe a lot of people money. So again, Amy is not sure that Nick owes a lot of money, but she thinks that it's something that can be possible. So he might owe a lot of people money. And Talia says this could all be a mistake. So Talia is not completely sure that this is all a mistake, but she thinks that it's possibly a mistake. So we use these modal verbs like may, might, or could when we talk about things we're not 100% sure, but we are suggesting that there's a possibility that those are right. Now, how can we form the structure, the grammar? Pretty simple. We have a modal verb, and after the modal verb, in order to talk about the simple present, we need the base form of the verb. Tenemos el modal y luego la forma básica del verbo, sin ninguna otra cosa al medio, ¿no? No decimos tú, no. Por ejemplo, Nick might be guilty. Be es la forma básica del verbo to be. ¿No? Nick might be guilty. Ahora, esta es una oración que estamos hablando del presente. Puede que ahora sea culpable, ¿no? En el presente. Pero los modales se refieren tanto al presente como al pasado. No necesariamente solo presente. We can also use these modals to talk about the possibility in the future. Our competition may beat us to the story. Our competition may beat us to the story, ¿no? Nuestra competencia nos puede ganar. May beat us en el futuro, ¿no? No estamos hablando de presente, pero en el futuro, pero igual es una posibilidad. A possibility in the future. Puede ser possibility in the present or possibility in the future. Y cuando sí estamos seguros, when we're 100% certain about the future, we don't use modals. We use be going to or we use will. ¿No? Talia is not going to stop investigating. We know that for sure because she said it, ¿no? Sí sabemos eso 100% porque ya lo dijo. Pero en cambio, si no supiéramos, podríamos decir, Talia might continue investigating. That means there's a possibility that she does continue or that she does. What else we have? Ahora, lo que te decía, after may, might, could, or can't, you need to use the base form of the verb. Whatever verb you have, you need to use it in the base form. So gambling may be, this could be, I could have, she could be, she may do, we may sing, always with the base form of the verb. And we can also have the negative form, may not or might not. May not and might not son las formas negativas, pero no podemos utilizar could not when we want to talk about possibility. Eso es algo muy, muy importante, porque el could not es para hablar de habilidad, no de posibilidad. Entonces, si queremos decir el negativo, simplemente tenemos las opciones maybe may not or might not. It may not always make sense. Puede que no siempre tenga sentido. No decimos it could not always make sense, ¿no? Suena incluso raro. Entonces, para hablar de posibilidad, el could no tiene negativo. Si queremos hablar de una posibilidad de negativo, sí o sí, may not o might not. Y no utilizamos contracciones. No hay un mightn't, ni un mightn't, ni nada por el estilo. Simplemente es may not o might not. So, for example, it may not always make sense, ¿no? Sin ningún tipo de contracción. ¿Se entiende? Do you have any questions so far?
No, no, de hecho.
Entonces creo que esta es una lección que probablemente ya la sabías, pero forma de repasar. May, might, could, can también entra en esta categoría porque puede ser de posibilidades. It can be a mistake. Puede ser un error. It can be a mistake. That's a possibility, ¿no? También con can. Al igual que el could, no se dice cannot. No podemos decir it cannot always make sense. Sería mal. Tenemos que decir it may not. Okay. Ahora, if we want to ask questions about possibility, about present possibility, we usually use could, the present, or expressions like do you think. We don't usually use may or might. Eso es muy cierto. En general no se utiliza may or might para preguntas, casi nunca. Entonces, para hacer preguntas, podemos usar could, o podemos usar frases como do you think, would you say. Entonces, could Nick be innocent? ¿Podría ser honesto? Is he innocent? Do you think he's innocent? Would you say that he's innocent? We are not saying may he be innocent, ¿no? Sonaría raro. El may y el might no se utilizan en preguntas. Así como el could no se utiliza en negativo, el may y el might no se utilizan en preguntas. He might be innocent. And to talk about, or to ask about future possibility, usamos will or be going to. Will you be in the office tomorrow morning? I'm not sure, I might be out. ¿No? Porque obviamente cuando preguntamos acerca del futuro, siempre va a ser una posibilidad, nunca es una certeza completa. Entonces, will you be in the office? I might be, I might not. Entonces, es un dato importante. Para resumirlo, lo más importante es que no se hacen preguntas con may y con might, sino solamente con could. Is that okay so far? Okay. In short answers to yes, no questions, we use might, or could alone. Entonces, no repetimos el verbo. Do you think Nick owes a lot of money? Yes, he might. He may. No decimos todo, ¿no? No es tampoco yes, he might owe, ¿no? Simplemente he might or he may not. When the form of be is in the question, we use be in the answer. Con excepción de cuando hablamos del verbo to be. En ese caso sí decimos he might be, he may not be. Is Nick guilty? He might be. He can be. He may not be. Eso es con el verbo to be. Como regla general, siempre se responde utilizando el mismo modal, ¿no? Pero como en las preguntas no tenemos un modal, si hablamos de posibilidades, entonces simplemente como una oración utilizamos el modal que queramos. He might, he may, he can, he could. And basically that's it. What do you think now? Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, let's see what we have in our book. Okay. Okay, so who do you think said these phrases? We have to decide who said this line from the video. It could be Talia, Tony, or Amy. We are going to write the names of the person that we believe said these lines here on the left. So for example, I don't think Nick did it. That's probably Talia because Talia is the one that doesn't think that Nick did it. What about this other phrase? Can you please read it?
Well, for one thing, he told me he's innocent. I think it was Talia.
Okay, it might have been Talia, yes. Maybe Talia. And you believe him? Who do you think said this?
Tony.
Tony, probably. He's the one that's the most skeptical. This could all be a mistake. Making money is not a problem for him.
Talia.
He's just always trying to defend Nick. But gambling may be a problem for him.
Amy.
Exactly. He might owe a lot of people money.
Talia.
I don't know. You sure?
Or maybe Tony.
Maybe Tony. Or maybe Amy. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people do stupid things. Tony. But except for that audio recording, we have no proof.
Talia.
Always trying to. We had no proof. We have it now.
Tony.
He deposited $100,000 in his bank account a week before the qualifying match.
Tony.
He's the one giving the box information. Okay, exactly. Now let's see. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and you need to try to answer using modal versus probability if you're not sure. But if you're 100% sure that you will do it, then you can use other forms of the future, right? Like will or won't. So depending on how sure you are about your future. So for example, I can ask you, do you think you will continue studying English? So if you're 100% sure that you will, tell me, yes, I will. I will continue studying English. But if you're not too sure, you can say, well, I think I might, I don't know, I may continue studying English. So you can use different modes. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you think you will continue studying English?
No, I will.
You will. Why?
Because studying English is important part of my career.
Yeah, exactly. Studying English is an important part of your career. Yes, totally. What about learning to fly a plane? Do you think you might one day want to learn to fly a plane?
May, yeah, because it's not nothing about me or my career or my plans in the future.
Okay, so you said maybe not?
Maybe not.
Maybe not, okay. You can say maybe not, probably not, right? Or I won't. Exactly. Do you think you could ever change professions?
It might be maybe because I think anyone can predict the future and a lot of person change the profession in the future.
Ok, muy bien. Para responder, do you think you could change professions? Estás hablando de ti misma, entonces puedes decir I might y lo dejas ahí. Si la pregunta fuera con el verbo to be, por ejemplo, do you think you are, I don't know, do you think you are, let's say, busy? You can say I might be. Entonces, porque es el verbo to be, ¿no? Are be. Pero en este caso es el verbo change. Entonces no necesitas decir el verbo to be. I might, simplemente, ¿no? I might. I think I might. Puede que sí. Or I may. And then you explain, right? Because nobody can predict the future. Nobody es nadie. Nadie puede predecir. Nobody can predict the future. And a lot of people change careers, right? Or change professions. Exactly. Do you think you'll ever investigate a crime?
No, I won't because I don't like this type of investigating.
Right? Do you don't like let's say watching shows that are about let's say investigation discovery, that type of thing?
Maybe I like watching, but not like part of this in like a real life.
Okay. So you like watching this type of shows, but you don't think you would like being part, right? Being part of something like this in real life. Okay. Do you think you're going to be moving to a new home?
It might, because in 2 years maybe I will out of university. I will graduate, so I have a big possibility to move other city maybe.
Okay, okay. Try to have full sentences. So I might move to a new home. Oh, I might move to a new home because yes, so you're going to graduate soon and you might be moving to a new house, okay? Do you think you're going to go hiking this week?
I won't. I would like to do this, but no.
Okay, what about changing someone's life? Do you think you could ever change somebody's life, and how?
I meet, but I think everyone has the opportunity to change someone's life every day. Maybe charity activities and university. Yeah, I have a class of this specifically. So yeah, I think I have this opportunity.
Okay, good. So remember, I might. Because everybody, I think that everybody has the opportunity. Todas estas palabras como everybody, nobody, anyone, someone, somebody. Todas esas palabras son singulares. A pesar de que everybody se refiere a todos, por ejemplo, igual aún así es como un singular. Entonces, everybody has the opportunity to change someone's life. Okay, maybe by doing, as you say, by doing charity, ¿no? Al hacer voluntariado, by doing charity work, Okay, and it's nice that you have a class. What are you doing in that class?
Every Friday in the morning, we have activities like a volunteer people. For example, tomorrow I will go to a, I know, say, hogar de niños.
All right, you will go to a, you can say, a nursing house.
Yeah, nursing house, and I will playing with the children, yeah, and share time with them.
Okay, great. So you will be sharing time with children, no, instead of children. Okay, well, yeah, that's nice. I really never heard of a university that has a type of programs, but I think it's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you're going to go ahead with an idea that you've been planning? Do you have any ideas that you've been planning on doing, but maybe you haven't had time to do them so far?
Maybe
Like what?
I admit, because I like to enter different activities, like projects, different projects. For example, Saturday I have, like, I don't know, say concurso.
You have a competition?
Competition, yeah, a project competition. It's like a national competition in La Paz. So yeah, maybe it's like a plan that I have a lot of time.
Okay, okay. What type of projects?
Literally is project like they have a problem, and you have to build a project of this problem, like a solution.
Oh, nice. And they can have any type of problems, or is it like on one theme, maybe the environment or something?
Now it's random.
Okay.
They choose the problem and they get.
And you have to do like build the entire project there? I mean, tomorrow?
Yeah. We have like a 2 hours, I guess, and we don't have idea about it, what type of problem, or this type environment or global change or something like this. We need to focus in 2 hours, like a construct or build like a project and roles, a random team, and yeah.
Wow, great. I really never heard of that. It sounds like a very innovative thing. I think that's something that's really necessary to be able to encourage people or encourage students, young people, to have that mindset of solving problems. Okay. Do you think you'll ever take a scuba diving lessons?
I want.
You want to? All right. Maybe in the future you may take some scuba diving lessons. Okay. Thank you, Ari. Do you have any questions so far?
No, not yet.
Okay. So let's practice a little bit of reading. Continuing on the same idea of what we were doing yesterday, it's very important to be able to understand the main idea of a paragraph and also the supporting details that are given to support that main idea. So I have another exercise here. Okay. So we have to read these passages and we have to answer the questions that follow. For example, this is the first. Remember that you don't necessarily have to read everything in order to know and to understand the main ideas, right? And you don't necessarily have to read every single detail to know what the most supporting important details are. So I'm going to leave this here, and I just want you to scan the text. I don't want you to read it all. So scan the text and search for the main idea of the entire passage. So what would you say the main idea of the entire passage is from these four options?
B.
Different cultural values affect the way people perceive reality, because that is the main idea here, right? And then we have two examples that support that main idea. It says, not all cultures have the same views of reality in general. And then as an example, they talk about the perception of time. And they have one example here, and then they have another example in the second part. So different cultural values affect the way people perceive reality. What about the next question? It says, which of the following is not a detail from this passage?
A.
Okay. Are you sure? I'm going to send this question on through the chat. And I want you to look at the text. So what would you say is that?
C.
C, right? The Navajo tried to call the angle, but had the wrong pronoun. Exactly, that is not it. Okay. Now, what about this other passage? What do you think identifies best the main idea of this text?
Teacher, what is flu shot?
Shot is a vaccine, and flu is the influenza, no?
A.
Okay, exactly. Everyone over 6 months should get a flu shot this year. And what about the sixth question? It says, which choice is a detail included in the text? From A to D.
C.
Avoiding the flu is more important than friendly. Exactly. Getting getting a vaccine, right? Getting protection against the influenza, against the flu is more important for elderly people. Not avoiding the flu, but getting the vaccine, right? Oh, but it says which choice is a detail. No, it doesn't say which choice is not a detail.
Mm.
So it's not C.
A.
Oh, because it says this recommendation was first made last year. So it's not new this year. It's something that happened like last year as well.
B.
Exactly. The new high dose flu shot is designed for everybody because it's not designed for everybody. The new high dose is designed especially for people age 65 years and older. So it's not designed for everybody. Would be option B. Right, exactly. So looking at that type of question is also important. Being able to go back to the paragraph and search for traps because sometimes you have false information there. Some other examples. Okay, so these are the except question types. We have plenty of them here. So it says paragraph 2. So according to paragraph 2, Athens had all of the following before becoming a city-state, except, what do you think? This is paragraph 2.
A.
Okay. Council made up of aristocrats. So all of the following are mentioned, or Athens had all of the following before becoming a city-state. So in this case, before going to the one that was not mentioned or that is not true, we start selecting the ones that are mentioned. So our question is going to swift, and it's going to be, what did Athens have before becoming a city-state? So we start looking for that information. It says, entering the police age, Athens had the traditional institutions of other Greek proto-democratic states. An assembly of adult males, okay, an aristocratic council, and annually elected officials. That is everything that we know about Athens, right? That's everything we know about what they had. What did they have? They had the traditional institutions of other Greek proto-democratic states. We don't have that option, do we? We don't have an option that says the traditional institutions of other Greek proto-democratic states. So we continue. It says an assembly of adult males. Do we have that option?
B.
Yes, so we have it, therefore we can eliminate it. Then it says an aristocratic council. Do we have that option?
A.
A, right? So it's not A. And then it says an annually elected officials. Do we have that option?
B.
D, right? So the only thing that they didn't have was a constitution that was fully democratic. Hay que ir siempre uno por uno para eliminar las opciones. Let's see another one. Right? So, according to paragraph 3, all of the following were true about the Pisidistratids rule, except so what would you say?
I think A.
A national system of coins was created. So in this case, you don't need to read everything because they're saying all of the following were true of the Pisidistratids rule except. So they're asking about something specific. A no ser que te pregunten what was not mentioned in paragraph 3, ahí tendrías que leer todo. Pero si te preguntan por algo específico, solo nos enfocamos en eso. Entonces, buscamos qué era el Pisidistratids rule. Aquí está, ¿verdad? Empezamos a leer ahí. Dice, the Pisidistratids, as the succession of tyrants were called, strengthened Athenian central administration at the expense of the aristocracy by appointing judges throughout the region, producing Athens' first national coinage. Ya tenemos bastante información hasta ahí. Vamos a ir una por una. So, the Pisidistratids, lo primero que sabemos es que era the succession of tyrants, ¿no? ¿Tenemos esa información? The succession of tyrants en una de las opciones?
No.
No, entonces continuamos. They say, what did the Pisidistratids do? They strengthened Athenian central administration. ¿Tenemos eso?
No.
No, but it says at the expense of the aristocracy by appointing judges throughout the region. Do we have
B.
that? B. Entonces no es B. Judges were appointed across the region, throughout the region es lo mismo. Ahora también decimos que they produced Athens' first national coinage. Do we have that option?
A.
A, right? A national system of coins was created. So they produced, it's the same, the first national coinage, ¿no? Bien. Entonces no es ni A ni B. And they say, and adding and embellishing festivals that tended to focus attention on Athens rather than on local villages of the surrounding region. Entonces they added and they embellished festivals that focused attention on Athens instead of the local villages. Do we have that option?
D.
Right? Because they, no. You sure?
No. Sí.
Sí, ¿verdad? Porque dice, ok, adding and embellishing festivals, entonces they added festivals, crearon festivales, ¿no? Esa es la opción C, they added festivals. Ahora, es verdad que es tentador y es confuso porque luego dice, estos festivals tended to focus attention on Athens rather than on local villages, ¿no? Entonces, lo único que no se menciona es la opción D, ¿verdad? ¿Por qué? Porque sí se crearon nuevos festivales. Aquí dice, adding festivals. Entonces se crearon, se añadieron festivales. Y estos festivales cambiaron la atención, se enfocaban en los Athens en vez de en local villages. Entonces no es cierto que se enfocaron más en los local villages, más bien en los Athens en vez de los local villages. Hay que tener cuidado con ese tipo de detalles. La opción correcta sería C, ¿verdad? La única que no se menciona. Right? Let's see another one. Paragraph 1. So according to paragraph 1, all of the following are features of the polis in ancient Greece, except
D.
Focus on centralized governance, okay? So we're looking for features of the polis. Features of the polis. We start looking at that. Okay, the polis. So the rise of the polis. What were the polis? It was a city-state, okay? And each polis developed a system of government that was appropriate to its circumstance. La primera característica era que era un city-state that developed a system of government that was appropriate to its circumstances. Do we have that option?
Yeah, A.
Siempre hay que verificar, pero que todo esté bien, ¿no? Está bien. Now, the problems that were faced and solved in Athens were the sharing of political power between the established aristocracy and the emerging other classes. Okay? Entonces, the sharing of political power between the established aristocracy and the emerging of other classes. Primero empecemos por esto. The sharing of political power between the established aristocracy. Do we have that?
No.
No. The emerging of other classes?
Yeah, B.
B. the emergence of different social groups, and the adjustment of aristocratic ways of life to the ways of life of the new polis. Do we have that?
No.
We don't, exactly. And then it says it was the harmonious blending of all these elements that was to produce the classical culture of Athens. So do we have this harmonious blending of all elements?
Sí.
The only one that's not mentioned and that's not a feature of the polis is a focus on centralized government. Yeah. So this is a good worksheet to practice this specific question type, except I'm going to send it to you too so that you can practice. And I'll also send you some homework about the models possibility that we've seen today. Okay. Do you have any questions about this so far?
No, teacher.
Okay, so let me send you this. Okay, Adri, so please don't forget to fill out today's survey before you go today. And I will be seeing you tomorrow in class.
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.